Okay, 3.
This is like Mr. Sunday movies.
Shut up, Brennan.
Brandon, I'm trying to do it.
Okay.
Welcome back to SideWalk Talk, episode 3 or 4. I forgot. Probably 4. Join with me today is Brandon again. He's been on the last several. And we have a new guy.
I'm a series regular.
You're a co-host.
I'm a co-host.
He's co-host. And we have a guest today. Want to say your name, Cade?
My name's Cade.
Yeah.
So much for that.
Anyways, he goes to the youth group, and I decided to recruit him for the podcast. And now he's here, and he's at my will right now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Brandon, it's been going on since the past 3 months before I last uploaded the podcast. What's going on?
Dude, I don't even remember what I was doing 3 months ago.
I don't remember what I was doing
That was before school started, right?
It was.
Or no, we had Matt. We had Matt on there, right? Or was that before school?
No,
started?
that was the before school one, Matt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt, what a guy.
What a guy. I'll shout out his Instagram or something. Check his Instagram in the description of this video if you want to laugh, I guess.
Does he post funny stuff on there?
Yeah, I think so.
He's just a funny dude.
He's just he has a very distinctive sense of dry humor. He's like Bill Murray from the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
If you know it, yeah.
I cannot find this. I'm just gonna forget it.
Yeah, just
okay.
I wanted to find it so bad.
I'll put it in post. I'll find it and I'll put it in
I
post.
really don't care.
Anyways, so we're all seniors, right?
Yep.
So that's a big year.
That
so,
sucks.
It does. In the year of COVID, so it's just one big
Double sucks.
doubly sucks.
On G, bro.
Cade, where are you gonna go to college, huh? We've been trying to recruit him to go to Alabama with us.
Well, I mean, got about 4 that I'm thinking about.
4.
Yeah. Auburn, Alabama, Embry-Riddle, and there's another one I forgot, but probably
so
not
don't go
important.
to that one.
Yeah.
Just go.
Now we have a 33% chance of getting into the
Okay, he's definitely.
I like those odds.
Because we have So for people who don't,
I would get full ride, pretty much everything paid
for
for
the
if I
people
went
that
to
don't
Alabama.
know, so we have me, Matt, and Brandon are all going to Alabama, right? So we need a 4th guy to be the 4th guy in our room.
Right.
Because
Or else we're just gonna get some rando.
Because the rooms only come in 2 and 4, so that's why we've been trying to recruit Cade here.
Because he's undecided.
He is undecided, and we've been pressuring him
Yeah.
every day that we've seen him to come to Alabama with us.
Peer pressure.
I might
Yeah.
develop Stockholm Syndrome soon. Don't know.
Can you explain to us what Stockholm Syndrome
I
is?
think
Yeah,
everyone
so it's
knows.
like...
No, for the people that don't know.
Garrett.
Garrett.
All-inclusive podcast here, okay? We
All
take
right.
care of everyone.
Well, I mean, it's like when you're robbing a bank, and then you have a hostage, and then, you know,
They
you
develop
spend enough...
feelings for you.
Right.
Yeah, well, someone's gonna murder you, right?
Well, yeah, when you put it that way...
No, Garrett. It's like when you're in a prison for so long, you begin to like your captors.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's just... So how are you gonna develop that, kid? What's going on?
Because we're his captors.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Because if you don't go, we're gonna...
Wait,
Right.
what?
Anyways.
Exactly.
What's your ACT, Cade?
Got a 32.
32.
And I have
Dang,
a...
bro.
And the super score is a 33. I don't know. Does Alabama take super score?
With this year, I have no idea.
I
I know
I don't
South-
know if it's required.
I know
for this
South
year.
Alabama does take it, but I don't know about Red Alabama.
Yeah.
I got a pretty good scholarship for my ST score of
What'd you get?
26.
26. I got 25. How much you get for that? I forgot Bama's scholarship things.
I have it somewhere. It's upwards of 5,000 at least.
I think I have
annually.
like the 4,000 one.
It might be 5,000. I'm looking.
Because I know I've seen they gave me a sheet that gives you all the scholarship stuff. I know it's on there. Anyway, Cade, you could get a really nice, pretty scholarship at Alabama with 32.
Yeah.
And aren't you? No, you're in. You're not in early college yet, are you?
No.
You're like.
Well,
You in AP?
yes, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to be taking any of the AP tests. So.
Oh, okay. You're just kind of going with the class.
I'm in AP Chem, AP Cal, AP Econ, and I think that's it.
And you got that engineering class removed then. EDD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that been going for?
Actually, I'll tell you, why don't you screenshot that to me, and then I can put it on the screen.
All right.
That'd be good. Yeah. Well, did I tell you about my wire assortment idea thing?
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah. I made a revision to it. So it's my device is like a power strip. It's gonna clamp to a desk, and it can pivot and rotate and all that stuff. But it's gonna have a super long cord with one of those, those covering things that people put over wires on floors. They tape it down.
Like tape?
They can use tape, but there's like a hard plastic piece for it. You know what I'm talking about?
It's kind of like, I think
it's
I
like
know
a
what you're
little
talking
hump
about.
that goes over a wire to keep it from tripping. Well, that's my idea, but I'm gonna alternate it to where it can like maneuver, like make curves and stuff.
Yeah. And
the wire will have like clips in it, so you can easily clip it in there, and then take it out. So if you want to like move the thing around a piece of like a chair or something or whatever, take it off, maneuver it, put it back. There you go. So, and he ran with my idea. My teacher did, Mr. Dean.
What a guy.
That's my idea. What's your idea, Cade, for the audience that's gonna listen?
Well, our team is working on how to mitigate or prevent hydroplaning in
with the cars. Right.
Yeah. And we have 3 ways that we can really work to improve it, but only one is really viable in the span of a year.
Right.
So we could, change the actual road surface and design of the road to make it have more traction and less likely to hydroplane.
Right.
We can also change the tires to improve how they get water out, or we can put like a sensor system in front of the car that detects when hydroplaning is about to occur, either from data from the tires or just visual data from the road, anything like that. And we're going with option 3 because that's the only option that's really viable for us.
Because tires are pretty pricey,
and they're pretty well developed.
Yeah, already they've done a lot of stuff in like the past 20 years of doing.
There's not really a lot that two high school students could do in the span of a year with like a $100 budget.
Right.
To really do anything. Same thing with the road. Road is even more of a don't even think about it kind of thing.
They've built a lot of roads nowadays. Like the Romans, they built a lot of roads. That's why they were so great.
Among many other reasons.
They built roads. Not in one day, though.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Play Clipper Back to the Future.
What a movie.
What a movie. Have you seen Lil Nas's new music video?
I have not. I don't really follow Lil Nas.
It's called Holiday. It's on YouTube. I just watched it today, and the whole shtick is, instead of being like a cowboy or like a space ninja in the Panini video, he's Santa Claus.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
You don't know
the
about
guy who made Old Town Road.
Same guy.
No.
The black cowboy
I hate
guy.
that song so much.
I hate it now. I used to like it, but now I don't.
I liked it when it first came out, and it got seriously overplayed.
Way overplayed.
I'm sick. I'm still sick of hearing it.
He's made songs
Even
after that
though
that
it's
are actually pretty good. They got a nice.
Panini was overplayed too.
At the start, I liked it, but then it got overplayed.
Yeah.
Have you heard about Rodeo?
No, I don't think I heard that.
You want to listen to it?
No.
So do you have a TikTok?
I just made one because I was bored.
Right.
I'm not actually gonna like make TikToks or anything like that.
Let it down.
No, that's good.
You're nuts. She's kind of TikTok famous.
For the record, I would just like to announce that TikToks are gay.
Well, explain your reason for that, Cade. Why are they?
I mean, do I really need a reason?
No.
Yes. If you're gonna say something, you have to back it up with
You
evidence.
gotta give me an answer.
Well,
Yes.
You're bribing the jury.
Those are 6-month-old Altoids.
Hey, Garrett, are you gonna put subtitles on these videos? I
Um,
think that would make it funnier somehow.
that'd be a lot of. That's an hour of subtitles,
Oh, are we doing an hour?
or whatever we're gonna do. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
Any-
sure,
like
anyway, yeah,
even
sure,
5
sure.
minutes of subtitles. That's like an hour. That's like 20 minutes of typing and work.
Oh, true. I got you.
Maybe in the future
Well,
when I get a real editor in the future, maybe I'll make him do that for like $5 an hour.
$5 an hour.
A paid internship. It's paid internship. Okay.
What's he gonna advance to, Garrett? What's the job after that? After the internship?
editor, executive vice president of editor
Where he
company
makes-
for Sunburst Company.
Where he makes $6
You're
an
gonna
hour.
make a subsidiary. You're
Instead
gonna
of going from 5,
You're gonna
he'll
make
go
a
to 6.
one-man subsidiary company just for your editor, so that you can pay him below minimum wage for an internship.
Yes, that's my plan. Okay, because Sunburst.
What a guy!
Sunburst.
He's a freaking oil tycoon.
Sunburst Incorporated doesn't make money right now, so I gotta cut corners where I can. So editor, you know, $4 an hour.
Oh, now it's 4.
Why not just make it 0?
Don't pay. I'm not gonna pay him at all. Like, it'd be a non-paid internship.
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
He's never getting promoted,
Yeah.
no matter how good he
But
does.
he'll be the CEO of his own company.
His own subsidiary,
Or subsidiary company. Editing Incorporated, a subsidiary of Sunburst Incorporated. Also, can we just, for the people listening, we just went out to eat at a Mexican place.
Yeah,
And
and I ate so much.
Brandon is dying over it. He's laying down, his head hurts. He's hating me for making him do a podcast. You know, normal friends.
I
I ate more than him. Why is he complaining?
because I don't know, but I am.
He is. So,
Just accept it.
during our dining experience, right?
Oh,
I was eating.
He was eating.
We had
He was
the
eating
food hadn't even
shit.
come. The food had not come out yet, right?
And then Gates
We
throws
were,
water.
no, we were. I was eating cheese dip, right? And then Cade seems to proceed to spill his entire huge cup of water all over the table and in the salsa.
In the salsa, guys.
And ice got in the salsa. I'm gonna market that. Ice, water, and salsa together. It's gonna be a new
It's not
product.
gonna get very far.
It got on the chips too.
It got on the chips. Brent still ate it.
I didn't eat.
Everyone
wet
still ate it.
chips.
It got on my compression underwear, so Cade has to buy me new underwear.
Is your underwear still wet?
No, it's dry now. Don't worry. It's dry. I'm gonna get a clip right there, guys. I usually get my. Okay, we're starting recording. Okay.
We're back.
We're back.
Where were we?
From the
I don't remember.
the clip that we just had. So we were talking about
Oh,
the salsa ice cube water.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And how that's a terrible idea and you should never do
No,
it.
it's a great idea. I'm totally gonna do it.
Well,
It'll be like a smoothie.
Okay, well I want royalty.
Dude, think about it. V8 with more water and ice.
that would
All
be disgusting.
people drink
You
V8,
can see
right?
the water was on top of the salsa. It was like
it
separate
doesn't
layers.
set right. It's like it was like
It's not mixed.
it was
It's
like
just-
sand and ocean water. It just doesn't mix right.
Here.
It'll be like the water's on top, right? And then as you work down on the bottom, the salsa, the good stuff is there
Garrett,
at the
do you
bottom.
mix
Right?
in.
Garrett, do you think if you covered yourself in oil and jumped in a pool, would you still drown? or if you hosed yourself down in water and then jumped in a pool of oil, would you drown?
That's a great idea, Brandon. Let's go try that out. Right
Yeah,
now.
next summer let's try that out.
Yeah, let's totally do it. On the pool they have at Alabama, if they have a pool.
We can just do it in Matt's pool.
True. We'll cover ourselves in baby oil.
We'll cover
And
ourselves.
We'll give ourselves
We'll
a-
cover
a
ourselves
big
in
hug,
oil,
and then we're just gonna go jump in and not breathe after
and
we
see
jump
what
in.
happens.
Right? I get it, because like water's polar and then oil is non-polar, so therefore it doesn't go together, right? So we would just
So
we
therefore-
wouldn't even go into the water. Our feet would just stay on top of the
That's
water.
how Jesus did it.
Yes. That's how he did. He covered his feet in olive oil.
Jesus
right?
had baby oil.
He covered his feet in baby oil, and that's how he walked.
So when Peter was walking on the water,
he also, but then he didn't put enough on, right? And the
on.
crashing waves kind of like pushed it off.
It blew it off.
Right, and that's why he sank.
Exactly.
Perfect, Brandon. You're
But
so
Jesus
smart.
had some on his hands, and when he pulled him back up, it made him float.
Oh
again.
yeah, right, yeah.
But then he would have just slipped.
No, dude, Jesus,
no, it would have worked.
Jesus' grip strength, bro. Insane, dude. Insane.
It's like 25,000 pounds per square inch or something.
It's crazy, bro. Dude, Jesus was mad ripped.
I guarantee you he was.
Dude, he built houses, bro. He's probably jacked.
Probably jacked.
He was probably like a smaller version of The Rock, but with like a different ethnicity. And also he was God too.
Yeah, I mean, he was literally God.
Literally. Dude, he was freaking jacked, bro. He didn't even have an ounce of fat on him. That's how jacked he was. He was.
Dude, if he wanted to, he could have ripped himself off the cross.
He could have flew off of there if he wanted to.
Exactly.
Got himself a
Jetpack.
No Man's Sky
He
spaceship.
could grow himself a jetpack out of his back.
He got himself a PlayStation VR and hooked him up to a spaceship and flew off. Perfect.
We get it, Gary. You played No Man's Sky.
I know, God. Brandon, before you leave here from this podcast, I'm gonna get you on there, and then you're gonna love it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cade is a doubter. He doesn't believe.
No,
He's
that's
sad
how...
that he's being left out.
Oh, Cade, you can play it too. If you want. You said you already have a VR headset.
I do, but I've never played No Man's Sky in VR.
You gotta play it in VR.
I've never played it at all, actually.
Oh.
Get
Get a PlayStation VR. Buy the game.
I might get a PlayStation 5. I'm gonna be honest, there's really not much of a reason to buy the Xbox X.
Yeah.
If Halo Infinite is the best game of all time, I might reconsider. But
it's also going to be on Xbox One, so...
And it's also...
it's on Xbox One too?
And also...
Then there's literally no reason to buy it.
And also for me...
It's also on PC.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're going to release it on PC with my jacked system. Like, dude, mad horsepower in there, dude. It's going to make that monkey guy look like a chimp. That's how much resolution is in there. You know the monkey guy, right?
Yeah,
that meme.
Craig.
That meme.
Yeah.
Where he's like, monkey. That meme. The guy in his visor. That guy.
Craig. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, he's gonna look so wrinkly. He's gonna look so good. Master Chief's armor in 4K. On our first day in the dorm room. Halo theme song, baby. At like 1 a.m.
We also got to move in all of our stuff.
Oh, we also have to do that too. I'm gonna have to yank all my peripherals out of there. That's gonna be a hassle.
Yeah. You need to get some wire management stuff.
Wire management stuff.
There you go.
He's working on it.
Actually, the reason I picked wire management is because that was the problem I was having in here. It's cords. So I'm gonna use my own product.
What if you just made everything wireless?
I think that would take more work.
That'd take more and more money. My headphones are wireless.
But wires suck.
Why? They do. That's why I want an Oculus Quest 2.
Garrett, you know
wireless
what you should do
VR.
is just get rubber bands and put them around the wires.
Brandon, I've already done that. It's not working well, Brandon.
Well, put more rubber bands.
All right.
I don't know what to tell you. What is this product you've made?
It's the PR terms. It's made to help people from stop tripping on wires.
Which is very deadly.
And
a widespread problem.
An
apparently.
average of 4,000 people a year are hospitalized.
Wow, 4,000?
I thought he was about to say die.
About 100 died.
Not even 100. 100 people
Yeah.
a year.
I'm not joking about that. I'm not joking.
That is simultaneously incredibly low and incredibly high at the same time.
For tripping.
For tripping on a wire and dying.
You gotta think about it, right? There's old people in the office, right? So when they trip on a wire,
Dude,
they're breaking a hip or something.
Imagine you're just in the office and Bert comes by and trips on the wire and he's freaking dead. And you have to take him to the hospital.
Instantly,
he
he doesn't.
and you have to throw a funeral for him because he tripped on a wire.
He doesn't just die in the hospital, right? The instant his face hits the floor, he's just gone. Nothing even
Bert
happened.
has ended.
That's how I thought death used to happen. Like, as long as you didn't touch the ground, you were fine.
Like if someone shot you in midair, you're like, I'm fine. Then when you fall, it's like, oh no.
No, like, you could just be standing up. Someone shoots you, and as long as you stand up, you know, you're good. But the second you touch the ground...
So it's only when you touch the ground.
Well, I mean, that is true it's to some extent, because if you can still stand up, then you still be
You're
alive.
still alive.
Right. So you're right.
So you're kind of right.
So someone like takes a rocket launcher and points it at your chest, launches it.
And
There's a
blows
hole in your chest.
I don't think
I'm
rocket
fine,
launchers
guys. Don't worry.
blow you up
But the
like
second
that.
you trip over,
I think it would send you back.
I think it would just make your body go in 50 different directions.
Well, even then, you would still be standing right. It's only when you trip over a wire that's when you really die. So when you trip over a
just
wire,
like good old Bert, our wire tripping pioneer.
who got exploded by a rocket launcher. Dude, guys.
Cause of death, COVID.
Yeah, so he tripped over a wire and died. Yeah, he died from COVID. It was really bad. They had to put him on a ventilator.
After he died.
After he died from falling on the ground, you
and
know.
getting blown up by a rocket
And by a
launcher.
rocket launcher, too. You know, cause of death, COVID. Period. End of story.
I also used to think that radios, especially car radios, had tiny people inside of them that played the music.
Cade, I used to think that there were people in offices somewhere that like whenever you would move the mouse or something on their end, they would move it and make the computer work. Because when I was little, I had to work with Internet Explorer because that's all we had, right?
Oh, God.
And so whenever it was being slow, I would like yell at the people to do their job.
Work faster, guys! Come
like,
on!
work faster, Google. Turns out that's not what
the guy on
happened.
the other end of the computer has to precisely sync up your mouse movements. And the second he gets off, like his manager comes, "What the are you doing?"
And
Get
then
your act together.
And then I watched this movie with my dad. It was the first radar movie I've ever seen. It's from the 60s.
What's it called?
The Last Man on Earth. It's based on the same thing as what is it? The movie with Will Smith and the zombies.
I Am Legend?
Yeah, I Am Legend. It's
Yeah.
the same. It's based off the same book, but it's in the 1960s, so it's not really.
Last guy on Earth, basically.
Yeah. So he's the last guy on Earth. He has this dog with him. So it just made me think, like, if I was the last guy on Earth, that'd be awesome because I don't enjoy talking to anyone or being around anyone.
Right.
But I wouldn't be able to be on my computer because all the guys at the other end would be dead.
Oh, they're not doing their job. Come on. It's only you would keep those factories that on the other end of computers that sync up your mouse movements, but everybody else,
But then I was like, well, maybe I could work at the other end.
But then you won't be able to use
But
it.
then I won't be able to use my computer.
Dang it.
You could just be in both places at once. Have you ever considered that?
You know what, Cade? I haven't considered that. Let me try that.
Oh, man.
I also used to think that when I was like 4 years old, I used to think that people would like switch race and gender as they got older.
Right. So
because I had this friend named Paige when I was in like preschool, and he was a little black kid. And then this white woman came in, and her name was Paige. And, you know, my easily confused 4-year-old mind connected the dots.
Same name.
I had the same name, different race and gender. So I thought they were the same person, but they just changed their race and gender as they
just
got
on the
older.
fly. Oh, guys, let's be black.
Never mind that I was the same age as Paige, and I hadn't aged. That thought didn't occur to me.
That didn't occur to me. Poor Brandon.
But it turns out that that's not what happened.
That's not, right, they just have surgery for that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you can change your race unless you're Michael Jackson, but...
Well,
that's not a surgery.
Well, I mean, but...
Just gets a bottle of bleach. And there you go.
There you go.
You'll be fine. How did he do that?
Yeah, how did he do that?
Did he
It
just...
was a disease, I think.
Oh, it was?
I think so.
I thought it was like a plastic surgery gone wrong.
I thought he just did it to... I thought he did it just to be white.
Sorry, sir.
You're white now. Oh, God! Oh, God!
He's on the operating table. He wakes up. Doc's like, yeah, you're white now.
Oh, God! I'm gonna have to eat sweet potato casserole! Let's go to baseball games!
I thought he just did it to be white. He's like,
Doctor, can you make me white?
I thought he just did it because he was getting too much hate for being black. I didn't know it was a disease.
I think it was like the 90s. I don't think anyone was hating on it for being black.
Well, in Alabama they were, but in the North they weren't.
Alabama has more black people in the North.
That's also true. So I don't know how that happened.
Well, yes, we do.
Well, about that.
Let's take a break.
Let's get another Altoid here real quick. Altoid break.
I'm good. This is just like Mr. Sunday Movies. Have you seen that channel?
I haven't.
They do like they talk about movies and stuff on a podcast, and then they cut it down to the best bits, and it's just like. It's
Oh,
just
I know what that's like.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, they're Australian.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. I've seen
You know what I thought was really funny?
what?
This is kind of off topic. Actually, it's pretty off topic. But
Here we go. Here's the punch.
Here we go.
okay, so y'all know how the first what's it called, presidential debate went?
Oh, this.
Yeah.
Right.
Wasn't.
Vaguely. That seems like so long ago.
Yeah, most people hated it,
Right.
and then some guy on YouTube makes a compilation of all the times they interrupt
each other.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
I've
that's all
seen
it
that
is.
video.
It flows
It's
so well.
It is so funny. It is so good.
We should watch it.
I'll link that.
We should watch it right now.
We should watch it. I can link that video in the description if we need it. Let's just go to YouTube.
You can embed it.
Yeah,
in the
couldn't you
video.
just like put it in the corner or something?
I can. As we're.
Would you get copyrighted?
No, that's like public knowledge, right? The
public domain.
or public domain.
I mean,
it's
made by a single guy.
Might not be.
He won't. He won't mind.
He might.
He probably won't even find it.
That's also fair.
Garrett, with
YouTube
his
might.
100 subscribers.
Oh yeah. 103 actually. We gained some.
Oh wow. 103.
Dude, why is my computer so slow? Dang. Well, probably because I'm
Did that
recording.
say Vietnam?
I also saw
No, let's not
Russia.
worry about that, guys.
Garrett's writing
Type
essays
it
about
in there.
Vietnam. What is it called? Have you seen the new Spider-Man game?
Morales?
Yeah. I've heard it was not as good.
I heard it was.
I mean, I heard it was decent.
I heard it wasn't as good as like the original Spider-Man game, but it's still good.
It's like 6.5 minutes long. It's amazing.
Let's watch it here.
Let's watch it.
Okay.
All right, you want to start it again?
Let's start it again.
And 100 million people is totally wrong. I don't know where you got that number. The bigger problem that you have is private health care, that they're very
That's
happy
simply
with.
not true.
Well, you're going to socialist. You're going to socialist medicine.
We're now at
Gentlemen.
Not what you said, and it's not what your party has said.
It's so
Your party wanted to go socialist.
he flows.
The party is
And
me.
socialist.
They're
party
just both
is-
talking.
You know that. Here, it wouldn't be 200, it would be 2 million. You were very late in the draw.
Joe just laughs.
You would have been much later, Joe.
Mr. President,
Much later.
Mr. President,
2 million people.
Mr. President.
Mr. President.
We are going to talk about COVID in the next segment, but go ahead.
It's on the ballot in the court.
He just totally.
You don't know.
Wait till he starts talking.
I got rid of the individual mandate, which was uncomprehensive. That is absolutely a big thing. That was the worst part of
I
Obamacare.
didn't ask.
Let me ask my
Well,
question.
I'll just Joe.
Joe.
Mutual mandate was the most unpopular aspect of Obamacare. I got rid of it.
I'd like
and
to
we will protect people.
President, I'm the moderator of this debate, and I would like you to let me ask my
You look
question,
so
and then
uncomfortable.
you can answer.
Go ahead. Just a tiny
As I
fraction.
say, this is open discussion.
No,
Let me
but
ask
this
you
is
about.
big.
Let me.
This
You'll be
is
happy.
big.
About to pick up on one of your points to ask the vice president. Private insurance.
It is
and
not.
well. The question. Number one.
Joe, you agree with Bernie
Jeez.
Sanders' far left for the manifesto we call it. That gives you socialized medicine.
Look, hey,
Are you
I'm
saying
not
you
going to
didn't
listen to him. The fact of the matter is, I beat Bernie Sanders.
Not by much.
I beat
You would have lost every
All
primary.
he knows how to
on
do
Super
is hurt.
Tuesday.
Sure.
You would have lasted your class
I,
on first
I want to make
Mr.
sure.
President, can you let him finish, sir?
No, he doesn't know how to do that.
Let him.
There is no manifesto, number
Please
one.
let him speak, Mr.
Number
President.
two,
Just lost the left.
Please let him speak. You just lost the left.
Absolutely.
folks, do you have any idea what this clown's doing?
Call it
You have to do?
socialized medicine.
Mr.
I'll
President.
tell you what. He has never
I've
offered
already
a plan.
fixed it to an extent.
He has
Obamacare,
never done a
as you
single
might
thing.
know, but probably don't.
Gentlemen, you realize that you're both speaking at the same time.
And it's still
Let the president. Go ahead, sir.
He has no plan for health care.
Of course we do.
Since
Why would you say that question?
Triggered.
The question is, just as radical left.
Will you
Who
shut
is
up, man?
on your list, Joe?
This
Who's
is
on your
so
list?
Right, gentlemen, I think
This
we've
is
ended
so
this.
He's going to pack the court.
We have
I'm
ended.
not going to give a list.
We have ended this segment.
President Trump did a phenomenal job. He
Wait.
worked with the governor.
Third
Oh,
person.
really? Go take a look.
You have to
No,
provide
that's
the
a
plastic.
Nancy Pelosi.
Well, he,
And we did a
get-
great
he
thing
gets
by
admitted
shutting
to
it
shut
down.
it down.
Wait a minute, Joe. Let me shut you down for a second. 1 second. I paid $27 million.
Show us your tax
a year.
return.
Oh.
You'll see as soon as it's finished. You'll see it. You know, if you want to do
This is like, oh, okay.
Another Altoid. Cade is popping Altoid.
But let me just
Inshallah.
tax the American people.
But
He blew it.
it wasn't
He blew
booming.
it. He
It
blew
wasn't booming.
It goes up.
It was the weakest street
Well, sir,
government
is it
since
fair to- wait.
Number two.
Chris,
Number three.
They said it would take. No, you were number 2.
No. We have the highest trade deficit.
China
Defetrate.
ate your lunch.
All right,
Down
gentlemen.
18%. China ate your lunch, Joe, and no wonder your son
Nothing wrong at Burisma.
I think he did.
Mr.
The only
President,
guy that
let him
looks up
answer.
by the
By the
media,
media,
by our
because they
allies,
refuse to
by
talk
the
about
World
it because
Bank,
they're
by
embarrassed.
matter of fact, even
Mr.
the
President,
people who
please stop.
testified under oath.
Mister, I'm listening to you.
People under, you've already fired most of them because they did a good job.
Some people don't
Well,
do a good
here's
job.
it.
With you,
Go ahead.
they
You
say-
get the president to get the final word. Mr.
Well, it's hard to get any word in with this clown. Excuse me.
Ooh.
Hey, let me just say, Joe.
No. Mr. President. Mr. President.
Well,
Vice President. No.
Can I be honest? It's a very important
Try to be
question.
No,
honest.
He stood up.
No.
He stood up.
The answer to the question is no.
Ukraine.
No, sir.
With $1 billion,
Sir,
if you
that
get rid
is
of the
You know what? You're
absolutely not
Stop.
true.
Gentlemen. I hate to raise my voice, but it needs to be. Why should I be different than the two of you? Well, frankly, you've been doing more
Well,
interrupting
that's
than
all
he
right,
has.
but he does plenty.
Well, less than, sir, less
That's
than,
plenty.
no, less than you have. Let's please continue on.
They've never forgotten it, Joe.
No, sir, it's his 2 minutes.
So you did that when they run through the middle of the town
President Trump-
and burn down your
President
stores
Trump,
and kill people.
President Trump-
No, it's
President Trump, I'm not
not, but
asking-
you say it is.
Would you
Support.
look?
He has no law enforcement.
That's not true.
Look,
All right.
name one law enforcement group that came out and
I think,
supported.
gentlemen, I think I'm going to take back the
There aren't.
moderator's
I don't
role,
think there are.
and I want to get to another subject. You have repeatedly
I
criticized.
have to answer his
No,
statement.
you have
His statement?
repeatedly.
Wait,
You have
just one
no.
second.
You've been talking
You
back
made
and
a
forth.
statement.
I'm asking you.
I would
no,
love
you
to
know,
end it.
sir.
It's
I would
so.
love to end
You know, if you want to switch seats,
Well, then you know what?
we're done, sir. We're moving on to the next. We're
What
moving.
a bad idea over the head, that's not an idea.
Everybody in
Antifa-
this administration tells you the truth is a bad idea.
Can I tell you what?
You have no ideas that
Antifa,
are.
he said,
Mister,
stupid
please,
bastards. He
sir,
said it.
stop.
I would never
I
say
would-
that. Already,
All right.
it's
So
been
now,
flawed.
final question. In a state, your campaign agreed to both sides would get uninterrupted. Well, your side agreed to it, and why don't you observe what your campaign agreed to as a ground rule, okay, sir?
Man.
Dang.
Yeah, just close all that up.
The fact that was 6.5 minutes.
Of interrupting.
That was great, though. It wasn't... very depressing.
It was. Brandon's dead. He's gonna
Dude,
go.
I'm absolutely
Zoinked.
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 Dude, that chapel video.
What? Which one?
The one where he said zoinked and zooted.
The one I made?
Yeah, I mean, we all made it.
The one I edited?
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
well, don't you edit all of them?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Alright.
Do you think since it was...
So that doesn't really narrow it down, does it?
What are you saying, Cade?
Would that be public domain? Because it was the election.
It is literally the president's who we voted on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but
say
he did do editing.
I'll credit the guy. The guy who made that is a gamer. He'll understand. I'll credit his video. It'll be fine.
Yeah, put him in the description.
Yeah, well, that's what I do for like songs I get off of SoundCloud for vlogs and stuff. I'll put the song and the creator in the description, like songs used in like for my No Man's Sky video. That's what I did. All the creators, I put their songs in the thing. Also follow the channel Twitter. I made a Twitter. Follow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I did.
Put that up.
MC maybe
Post.
help me make it.
What a gal.
What a gal.
This is kind of trippy.
Anyways, well, Brandon trips over here.
Well, Brandon hypnotizes himself.
So, Cade,
Wow.
tell us about your love life.
I'm gonna get zoinked over here.
Anything
if
you
guys
want
don't
to
mind.
tell me, tell the people at home.
Not really.
Yeah, tell us.
Tell us, Cade. It's complicated.
Yeah, all right.
That's
Just don't use names. Just talk.
Yeah, no one knows then.
What if they do?
They're not
Well,
gonna.
they won't watch this anyway,
Yeah,
so it, don't,
just
it doesn't matter.
Don't use names. Just say like girl 1, etc.
Well,
There are like 9 of them, right?
girl 49, girl A.
Girl A, girl B, etc.
Yeah, well, the most interesting thing that happened was at Food Outlet. I was going there.
That
Try
was the
not-
most
we were
interesting
shopping.
that happened?
Yeah, try not to smack the table, because it's gonna freak out. Just like kind of rest your hands. Yeah. Continue with your love life again.
What was I saying?
Food Outlet.
Food Outlet.
Okay, so yeah. I was at Food Outlet,
Right.
and then we were in line to get checked out,
Right.
and then the cashier sees me, and then she makes eye contact. She looked very familiar. Turns out she graduated, like, not too long ago. I don't remember. But, yeah, I was trying to figure out who she looked like, and then she was staring at me.
Mm.
And then I was staring back, just trying to figure out.
Right.
And then she thought I was checking her out. So the entire rest of the encounter was, like, super awkward, and her trying to hit on me.
One of those things.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then went back the next day. Sure enough, she's there. And we go to that line again. Much to my dismay.
Mm.
And she starts talking about social media.
Right.
And then I say, I don't have any social media.
Right.
I used to have a Facebook, but I don't use it anymore.
Mm.
And then she's like, oh, well, do you have an email? Email social media, too.
Right.
So that was also very awkward.
Emails, huh?
Also the longest 2 minutes of my life.
Yeah, I can totally see how that was the thing.
Yeah,
Dude.
but I did go on a date yesterday.
Right. With movie girl. We'll call her movie girl.
No, this is other girl.
Other girl?
Oh, other girl.
Yeah.
We'll call this red girl red.
I'll just use the her pro. Okay, anyway.
Oh, whatever you want to do, Cade.
Just keep going.
Yeah, so it's like Tuesday after a band rehearsal.
Mhm.
I ask her if she's free this weekend. She says she's working, but she's free like on Saturday
Right.
from like 12 to 3:30.
Mhm.
So I'm like, all right, I'll pick you up. We'll go hang out for 3.5 hours.
Right.
So I pick her up. We go to Tropical Smoothie. We eat there for like an hour. We're talking.
That's good.
And then she's like, hey, why don't we go to Bass Pro? So then we go to Bass Pro. And we're just kind of looking around. And I'm not going to lie, I almost bought a $1,000 trailer. It was a good trailer. It was a
You have
really
$1,000?
nice trailer.
I do not have that luxury.
Dude, I have like
$1,000.
60.
Yeah, and 50 of that was from when I bought a recording card from you.
Yeah, and I actually like made a net loss of 60 on that because I paid like 110 for it.
Yeah, well, it's called business, okay, Brandon? It's called finessing the price down.
So we're at Bass
I
Pro.
made you pay 100.
I'm just looking around, looking at the camping stuff, looking at the like the 4-wheelers, ATVs,
Jokes
the
on
boats.
you, it's broken. Anyways, yeah.
And then go and look at the hunting section and the fishing section.
Right.
We just hang out there, and then Santa is there.
Right, they have the Santa in the
Santa
back of
Claus?
in the back of the store.
Yeah, where the boats normally are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, she really wants to go see Santa, and it's
Right.
like,
Who wouldn't?
we're 17,
Right.
but
You're on a
okay,
date,
yeah,
right.
whatever. So
Okay.
go over there. She convinces me to sit down and get a picture taken. So that gets
She
taken.
sits on Santa's lap.
No.
She
No,
convinces
there's like
you to sit on Santa's lap.
No, you
Cade,
don't understand.
don't lie to us now.
You don't understand. Santa was wearing a face shield, and there was also like a barrier, a glass barrier. Like you could not hear.
He was
You
like,
could
no,
not
I'm
hear.
going to be sat in today, guys. I've already got too many allegations on me already.
Santa's suffering from the Me Too movement.
He's suffering. Tell us
So-
about your Santa experience again.
Well,
Yeah,
I
were
mean,
you
there was like
molested
a
by Santa?
no, no, not at all. Like I said, there was a glass barrier. So anyway, we got our picture taken. Then I get a call that my clarinet that was in the shop for about 10 days
Right.
is
It's
ready to
still
go picked
broken.
up. No.
It's still broken, Cade. We haven't fixed it yet. Just don't worry. I'll call you back.
We haven't started, but we're working on it.
We haven't started, but we think we're almost done.
We're almost done. Oh.
I mean, it
It'll
was
be
only.
ready in another 10 days. Maybe.
It'll be ready by this time next year, probably. But anyway.
It'll be ready whenever you don't
Let
need
him
it.
tell his Santa PC story.
Okay, right. Keep going.
Okay, so then I asked her if she wants to go by Arts. She's clarinet
Arts.
too. Yeah, if she wants to go to Arts Music Shop in Montgomery.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
she says sure. So we get on the interstate. We head over there.
Right.
And then get there, pick up my clarinet. I play a couple guitars and basses that they have there.
Right.
And that was pretty fun. I bought some accessories for my clarinet.
That's good.
Like some cork grease, a silk swab, and some reeds. Because it was like messed up, dude. Like marching season did not age well.
On your clarinet.
Oh yeah.
Right, because as we know, he's, for the people watching at home, or listening at home, he's in the band at his high school.
Band kid.
Do you like being in the band, Kate?
It's great. I've been in for 6 years. 4 years at the high school, but
And then 2
started
at the
it.
junior
Yeah.
high. Right.
And the last time I took my clarinet in for maintenance, by the way, I think you're supposed to take it in once every 6 months. I haven't taken it in for maintenance in 3 years.
Right. That's
And
why it was
I
all
also, well, no, that was only part of the reason.
Oh.
I also dropped it, and like some stuff kept falling off. Like some of the keys fell off.
Right. You kind of need keys.
I lost a screw. Some of the screws got really stripped, and I couldn't loosen them.
Right. They were.
Yeah. So just a lot of stuff like that
Yeah.
over the few years has really just made it unplayable. Most of it happened in the last 2 months of marching season this year. But I finally got it fixed after marching season. So we go there. Then next, I'm like, well, I mean, we still got some time.
Right.
Because she had to be home at 3:30. It was like 2:30 or 2:40, something like that. So then I asked her if she wants to go by the airport, and I'll take her to the fixed-based operator there, Box Aviation, at Montgomery Field.
Right.
And, you know, hang out, like, talk to the guys there, and get her set up with a Discovery flight, because that's something that she wanted to do. So we go there, which was like a 12-minute drive from Arts. So we go there. The thing says it's closed, but we were determined
to get in.
Yes.
Yeah.
But let me just
let me get it.
So we go there. Google says it's closed, but I mean, we might as well just see if it's open anyway.
Right.
Sure enough, it was.
Spend time.
I didn't trespass. All right. I just want to make that very clear.
You didn't trespass.
It was open. The Google thing just said it was closed for some reason.
Okay.
So go in there. I show her all the different planes, and
right. Being all romantic-y, showing planes. I know
she
how
wanted. She well, I mean, I asked her, but she wanted to.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
She's into planes.
Well, no.
I like planes.
I like planes. I like planes too. Let's get married. Let's go.
Yeah, but I was over the summer. I was getting my flight training there to work up to my private pilot's license. I stopped training about when school started.
Right.
But I still know how to get there. I still have all my stuff.
Right.
And I still know the guys there. So go over there, get her set up with the Discovery flight.
Cool.
And then, I mean, that was pretty much it. Then I took her home.
So I say it went pretty good.
Yeah.
Laughed.
Oh yeah.
Banter.
Mm-hmm. But
the whole time.
Well, we mostly just
was there
talked
like any
the whole time.
Any like awkward silence moments? Like how you know what I'm talking about.
There was a few, but like when I was driving, and I had to be focused because people are people.
Right, and you have to kind of watch the road to drive.
Yeah,
a little bit. Brandon's dead over here. I don't have the camera on, but he's laying in the chair. He's like,
I'm absolutely.
He's like planes.
I'm absolutely zooted, guys.
Okay.
I'm not mentally.
Continue on your romantic plane
I apologize.
So anyway, yeah, that was
Brandon's.
That's a.
I
like those kind of dates. I like those kind of dates where you just go around, hang out.
And do things.
A few hours. Yeah, do things, drive around, all that stuff. I like that a lot more. I like that a lot more than the prospect of like going to the movie theater.
That's kind of awkward. On the first one, it is kind of awkward because you're watching something. Yeah, the person you're interested in is next to you, right?
Yeah.
And it's also dark. Can't really see their face.
It's better though.
And you can't talk.
If you can
can't really talk.
Go somewhere after and you have someone to talk about because you just watched the movie.
But
for the first 2 hours, it's awkward.
I would be extremely exhausted after just sitting there watching something for like 2.5 hours. But anyway,
that's true.
It was a great date. Unfortunately, I just don't think I'm gonna be dating. I mean, I gave it a shot.
You went on one
but
date.
I went on two.
But you liked her though. The aviation date. It
was a good date.
You liked her.
It was a good date.
You know, you could just keep it casual with her.
Yeah. Keep it on the low end,
Yeah,
I'm saying I'm not
you
going
to
to get
hang
into
out?
a
Let's hang
committed
out. Let's go
relationship.
get... What?
Oh, okay. But like,
so
you could still keep it low key.
So you're talking
I could
like
if I
friends
wanted
with
to.
bennies type of situation?
No.
Just like a low key thing.
Kind of like wheel spin and the other guy.
Well, that's actually a friends with bennies thing. That's not even a low key.
Oh, they're bennies, but you want like...
They don't love each other.
That's a bennies, but you're talking like low key, just like whatever, go with the flow, chill, calm stuff.
Yeah.
Like, are we like talking intimacy or no intimacy?
Not really.
Is this
just friend?
Is this PG-13?
Absolutely.
We'll keep.
Let's just keep going.
Let's just keep going, right? I don't want us to like.
Yeah. So then
say F words in here because they're gonna go like, why do you bring? Yeah.
Okay.
But subject wise, we can go PG-13 if we need to.
So anyway,
I'll put a disclaimer on there.
This is the one.
Like Friday, actually this Friday, the other girl found out, confronted
The girl you went on a date before.
Yeah.
Aviation date.
Yeah.
Right.
She found out, and now she's mad at me. So.
And the one that got mad asked you to a date.
Yes.
Right. So out of the two, do you like Mad Girl or Aviation Date better?
I don't really know, honestly.
Kind of equal.
I mean, I like them both a little bit, but not enough to date anyone, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Not enough to get over the friends thing.
Well, it's not just personal.
You would have to like
them
a lot to be relationship.
Yeah, I would have to like someone a lot to be in a relationship with them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And right now it's senior year. I got other stuff to focus on.
We have Model UN and we're college stuff and we're about to leave.
Yeah.
No matter where we go, we're gonna leave.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, at least
now
there's not really a point. Yeah, they're juniors.
So
there's
you
not
definitely
really a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I've been thinking about, and Brandon too. Like, if you're a senior, right? If you find another senior, then it could probably work out. Like if you're like in the same state, maybe might work out, maybe.
Yeah.
But if you're a
it
senior,
never really worked
if
out
you're a
with...
senior and a junior, then that means you're gonna have to leave and go to a whole new population of dateable people.
The thing
while
is,
you just stay with.
It'll work out if both people want it to.
If they want it to work, it will definitely work out.
But the thing is that
a lot of them don't.
A lot of them don't want to put in that effort for a high school to college relationship.
So it's like the difference between a high school. High school relations are all about basically like just fun.
Yeah.
It's not, in my experience.
I've seen one that was really serious, but it ended in tragedy.
Oh.
They always do.
The high school.
If they don't make it past high school and they're serious, they always.
The high schools crash and burn.
Yeah.
Like
the ones that don't make it out.
To be frank, as men, growing men, right, young men, and sitting in this council, right, of the podcast,
right. Where are you going with this?
the dateable people that we have are pretty young, right, and.
Whoa.
They're not.
How young we talking?
They're young.
Chill, Garrett.
They're young compared to like adults.
An 80-year-old.
Yeah.
Dang it, Brandon. Anyways.
Yeah, they're like 16, somewhere around there. Like 16, 17.
16, 17s, right? And or 18s.
We're in high school, by the way, for anyone who's just
we're high school. Those people aren't gonna probably won't even think about. Who am I gonna like?
Yeah,
they aren't gonna think, oh, I'm gonna marry this guy. They're thinking, I'll date him. We'll go to prom. We'll go to whatever. It's a different. You know what I'm talking about. Different mindset.
I don't know. I'm not a girl. I wouldn't know.
I'm not one either.
I mean, what were you talking about at dinner? Transitioning or something?
Oh God!
What are you talking about, Brandon? Brandon, you have no, Brandon. All serious, you have to tell us.
Didn't we
tell you what?
Didn't we talk about this like 20 minutes ago?
We did.
With Michael Jackson?
No, that was here. He wanted to be white.
Yeah, we talked about that like 20 minutes ago.
We're talking about it on here.
No, Garrett, the transitioning thing had nothing to do with gender.
Back at dinner.
I was talking about transitioning emotional states. Like, becoming a better person.
I don't even remember what we talked about.
It's a long night, guys.
I'm absolutely zoinked, guys. I don't have the
Don't smack the table.
Oh, my bad. I don't have the mental capacity for this. For these accusations.
Anyways, all I'm gonna say is in high school, a lot of dateable people aren't looking for spouses. A majority of them aren't.
Right.
You can follow that, right?
Yeah.
They're looking for prom dates and having funs and weekend dates and movies. They're not really thinking about someone that they could have. They're not thinking about a life partner. Because isn't that what a marriage is? It's a partner to go through life with.
I don't know about that because it seems like all the relationships I see in high school, it's like the girls are far, far more invested than the guys.
Well, that makes sense.
But for me, if I was going to date someone, I would want it to be pretty serious. Like, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship. Right.
You won't want to have you won't want to be in a relationship just for it to stop. You want it to progress, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're not dating for marriage, then you're dating for heartbreak, essentially.
That's true, though.
So, I mean...
Brandon, you are right.
Yeah, I mean, why start a serious relationship if it's not going to end in marriage? If there's not the possibility...
Of marriage.
Yeah. But, I mean, casual dating is a little bit different, but serious dating, what's the point of that if you're not going to try
If you're not going to go finish it out.
Yeah. Or at least try to. I mean, not everyone is going to work out, you know.
If you can't see a really final relationship with them,
yeah, what's the
then
point?
what's the... Yeah.
You're just wasting both y'all's time.
You're wasting time and money.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. For me, I've tried casual dates. Not really my thing. So, like I said, if I was going to be in a relationship, it would have to be serious.
Right?
Yeah.
You think you will find a spouse during your college years? How long are you going to college? You plan on 4 years?
4 years.
About 4. You think you'd find
it depends on. I might have to go for 5 years for engineering. It depends, but
in your 5 years of engineering, do you think you would find a spouse at your college?
I hope so.
No matter where you go.
The thing is, like, Brandon and I are going to be doing ROTC.
Right.
And that means we'll have to join the Air Force afterwards.
Right.
Or else we have to pay for our college on our own.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's that obligation to join. And, right after. Mm-hmm. So, for me, I don't really think I would want a military wife. And the best chance of me...
I guess you're not getting married.
I guess you won't get married for 9 years. Don't you have to serve the amount of years they pay for college is the amount of time you have to serve? Is that right?
I'm
if
not
you have
sure,
4 years
but
of
it
college,
depends on what you're going in as.
I'm
a pilot.
I'm going for career, so I need a military wife if I want to get married.
For me, I would be a pilot, so it would be about 10 years, I think. 8 to 10 years, I think, is a minimum contract.
Wow.
Dang.
Which is quite a while. But if you have a great
years.
time, I might be in for 10. I might extend it to 20.
It's 14 if you add on college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you're going to go for a wife? How long are you going to wait till you get married?
No, what I'm saying is, I don't want to get married after I leave the Air Force. I don't want to get married in the Air Force, so that kind of leaves those 5 years in college for me.
To finish it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
how does the Air Force deploy stuff work? Do they deploy, or they just like do stuff in the U.S., right?
They have bases abroad.
Yeah, they have bases in like Germany, Japan, basically
Philippines.
Yeah.
How do you think if you have a wife? Do you think if you're Air Force, then you'll probably have to move, right? I'm thinking that's what because this like the entire neighborhood I'm in, like every summer, just waves and waves of move trucks because these are all military people.
Yeah.
Like seriously, all along that other strip over there, like you saw when you came in. House across was military, to the left military, to the right military, to the military, the entire way down. But the people right next to me, those are retired people.
Yeah.
But the people right next to that, military. Mm. And even going across those big houses, have you seen the huge houses over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in that court?
Across that field over there, across the track over, you'll see big houses. Like really big houses. You know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about by like
you know
by the mission area, that field where you have that cancer research center?
Yeah, all along there, military.
That entire neighborhood.
Yeah.
All like military. Jasmine Trail.
Yeah, Jasmine Trail. All down there, all military. So and I see people. There's like every year. I'm like, no joke, in the house right across from us over that way, or back that way, every year for the past 8 years, there's a family that's moved in there. Every 8 years. There's been someone move out and move in.
Yeah.
So they move a lot, I'm guessing, just from my experience.
Yeah. The thing about that is...
Because if people listening, there's an Air Force base
In
Montgomery, which is
Maxwell.
the capital of our state. So,
guess which one?
oh no, they're gonna come find us, Brandon.
So yeah,
So you're getting at is you're gonna want to find your spouse
in college.
during your school in college.
Yeah, I think so. I'll see.
Oh, we also live 30 minutes north of our capital, by the way. Just
Yeah,
for
30
context.
minutes. Yeah, for
So-
context. Wink.
Come and find us.
Come and find us.
Maybe.
30 minutes in any direction. Come find us.
North.
It's
It's north.
Or south. Too.
It's
It's
north.
So anyway, yeah.
Northwest specifically.
About your wife, Cade.
Our
Well, I
town
don't
name
have-
starts with a P.
Are you gonna have a wife? That's the question.
Yeah, I wanna.
Not a husband?
I'm straight.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
That you don't sound completely certain.
No, I'm sure.
Anyway, talk about your wife. Okay. You're gonna want to get
Tell
married.
us about your requirements for this wife.
Oh, that's also true. What are your
standards?
What are your standards for a mate? What's your standards?
You know,
Garrett's so scientific about it.
Damn scientific. What do you like and not like?
I guess just someone who's friendly, intelligent, and genuine. Those are the main
Solid
three
three.
things. And someone who you can talk to. Like interests, I used to put a large amount of weight into similar interests, but now it's not really that important to me. But in just terms of when I have a family, there's obviously that choice between do I want them to live on base with me and move when they can with me?
Right.
Or would they stay home, I be overseas, and then if I have a son, if I have a wife, they'd be without a husband and a father.
For a good bit, probably.
For most of his childhood, probably.
Yeah.
If I get married in college, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the biggest downside to the military.
There's a lot of time away from families.
Yeah, even if they were on base, and going through schooling there, like then they'd have to move every
time you moved.
Yeah, and seeing
Exactly.
from my experience, this happens quite a lot.
Yeah.
It's like Luke or
you'd
Ellie.
have to
or Ellie
they'd get really good at making friends,
Or
But-
not.
or not,
and then they'd get super depressed.
because all the people they like they're not gonna be there long because they gotta move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that happens a lot with military kids. They either are really extroverted,
Or
make
really,
tons of friends wherever they go,
or
or
intro.
they accept that they're not really gonna stick around, so they don't bother making
Yeah,
friends.
because you're gonna leave in a year or a school year, right? So.
Or whenever, however long
So what,
it is.
9 months? So you got 9 months to make a friend and leave them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And you
pretty.
have to keep doing that every time.
And keep doing that every time you move.
Yeah.
So honestly, I think I'm just gonna. It's a hard choice, and there's no really right answer. There's just the least emotionally damaging answer, I guess, is the best way to put that.
Right, because you're gonna have to leave your wife and possibly child if you have. If you
Either-
said if you get married in college.
Yeah, either they're gonna be without a father, or they're gonna have to make friends every 9 months and leave the people that they care about every 9 months.
Yeah. That can be
And-
damaging to some.
Yeah, and in my
Very
personal experience, I would rather stay in one place and my father be overseas doing something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then get to see him every now and then, rather than move every 2 or 3 years, you know?
Which if you move every however so often, I think that would be more damaging to a child. Because like childhood friendships are like really key building blocks.
Yeah, but
Of
so
like
is,
a personality.
But so is having your dad
So
around.
is having a dad around too.
It's a tough choice. And that's
It
the
is a
biggest
tough-
downside
and,
to the military.
and especially if it's like a young child and you're having to make that decision, you can't really ask for their input because they don't know all
They
the
don't know it,
implications
yeah.
of what's going on.
Yeah.
Hard choice of a military person.
Obviously, there is also the possibility of, like, dying in combat or some training accident happening.
That is also true, and then they would really be without a dad.
Yeah.
Cade, you wouldn't be around.
That would...
That would be weird, man.
Yeah.
Gosh. You ever think about not being around anymore? Cade?
I have every now and then.
I hope they build a statue of me.
Dictator of Argentina. Let's go. I did the research, guys. Don't worry.
It's not. Dude, that conference is in like March.
Yeah.
If we had World War III, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you were the coolest pilot in the Air Force, most recorded
you were
kills.
the guy who blew up 3
You are
gorges
the
down.
you are the new red. You are the new. You're the new red. You're the new Red Baron. Okay. You're just.
I do not want to be in charge of that.
You're just
blowing up 3 gorges dam.
You're just
killing 500 million people.
You're just a killer. Okay. Then
An absolute savage.
and then you
the Reaper of China.
and then you die. What's your kids gonna think?
Yeah, that always.
The guy was a savage. He destroyed China by blowing up a single dam.
500 million.
500 million
Confirmed
people dead.
He was worse than Hitler. Okay?
Largest kill streak in history.
500 million.
What do
to
you think?
one.
What do you think the reward for a 500 million kill streak would be?
Depression.
Boom.
But I wouldn't live long enough to
Boom.
experience it.
Press right
Who
D-pad
says?
for depression.
Who says that?
Garrett.
Wait, what I say?
Oh, right, because you're dying in combat.
What'd I say?
I forgot about that. He's dying in combat, right? That's why.
Yeah.
That's why we're remembering him. In the
Yeah.
first place.
What kill streak is his family gonna get?
My family.
Because
his family?
it's like a will, right? They pass on the kill streak. It's like here's
Well,
here's 100 kilograms.
While I'm right before I'm about
If
to
If
blow it up.
If you live long
All right,
enough,
here you go,
I'm
son. Here's a
flying
500 million
10
kill
seconds
streak.
before
Cade,
I
if
drop the.
All right.
if you live long enough after killing 500 million people, depression would onset you, right? So either you would get killed by the Chinese, which would put your kill streak at 500 million to 0,
or I
Or-
kill myself.
or you kill yourself.
There.
Or no, that would, if you get killed by the Chinese, it'd be 500 million to 1. If you killed yourself, it'd be 500 million and 1 to 1. Which is better.
Oh my god.
So don't let yourself get captured.
The
by
question
Chinese.
is, guys, what specifically is the reward for 500 million kill streak? Okay.
Execution.
Everlasting glory for the American
A
Empire.
rocket ship, space exploration for the
You
entire...
get a statue
Eternal
built of you on
damnation.
Mars.
Eternal damnation.
Like, I mean,
get
Hitler
a-
only killed 6 million people.
You kill like
You killed 500 million.
500 million.
You get a statue built of you where Beijing used to be.
It's just a tower of Cade holding a sword and like a little launch button for his explosion. I did it, guys. Quotes.
No. I've got a better idea. You have a sword piercing a replica of the dam, and there's stone water coming out, like where the break is.
Quotations.
Yeah.
I got it.
Quotations: the man who killed China.
Yeah, I'm not going to be killing 500 million people.
Well, how you know?
Yeah, I could order you to do that as emperor.
Right, because you'll be the new emperor.
Right, because I'll be the emperor after I do the plan.
The plan.
The plan. My cousin's gonna be in the Coast Guard. He's gonna work his way up. I'm working my way up through the Air Force.
Brian?
No, my cousin Isaac.
Oh, that guy.
My cousins are in the army.
They can help me too. I got Josh, who was in the Marines.
Josh.
I can let him help somehow, even though he's not in the Marines anymore.
Right.
Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah. And then I'll find some more Army people, some more Marine people.
Right.
We'll do a coup.
There you go. The military is only loyal to.
The military is loyal to the state, not
The
the
military is loyal to democracy.
So it depends on. We have to, so Brandon, make a new democracy. There you go.
Yeah, I'll say the current president is endangering the democratic system, and then I will overthrow them to protect democracy.
But the thing is,
you
you don't believe in democracy at all.
I'm not gonna protect democracy. It'll be like Julius Caesar, who had Republican virtue, even though he was a dictator.
Even though he was a dictator who didn't give up his power.
Yep.
There you go.
And he reigned until his death.
Till people stabbed him in the chest.
Yeah. I unironically love Caesar, though.
I am the Senate.
I am the Senate.
Not yet. Stabs him 27
Oh,
times
no.
in the chest.
Or, alternatively, I could become a very famous war hero, and
By
then
blowing up the Three Gorges Dam.
potentially,
500 million kill
potentially,
streak awarded to
potentially, I
Brandon
let some
Carter.
other president start the war, but then I'm the war hero, right?
Right.
And then I run for president after that guy falls out of favor for
Like
starting the
like,
war.
Like Eisenhower, right?
Yeah, you could be a general like Eisenhower.
Yeah, and then I become I would be the first general to become president since Eisenhower, right?
Well, you'd have to relinquish.
I thought you were about to say the first one, and it's like, Brandon, we literally just said...
No, since
No,
Eisenhower.
Well, you'd have to. The way we talked about this in government, right? So, only a civilian can be the president. So
Really?
you'd have to relinquish your. You'd have to relinquish your military power and then become a civilian and then become president.
Could you
With the current system right now.
go back to being military though with your same rank if you lost the election?
You probably could.
I don't think you surrender it until you win.
Oh, okay, because then you become commander in chief when you win.
Oh, the military, right?
Yeah, which is higher than what you had
Which is
before.
how, yeah. So it's actually.
But that's only for your term.
So it's actually a good. Oh, that's true though. Like
So-
generals can be generals for a while, but presidents is only max 8 years. If
Yeah.
you get reelected.
but
Again.
while I'm president, I could do some switching around of government roles,
Like Trump does.
That's what they
Fire
all
your
say.
entire staff and get another one the next day.
Yeah, or
Perfect.
I could reform the political structure of America to better
Right.
support my personal presidency
You're biased.
and stay in power.
Perfect.
How did we
Perfect.
get here?
I don't know. We talked about. I don't know how this.
I think about this a lot.
It sure sounds like it.
What are we doing with our lives?
I don't know. Think
The
about.
first thing would be to remove term limits, right?
That's the first step, right?
Yeah, because
George Washington, the first president, that was a suggestion. It was 2 terms.
yeah,
It wasn't made
it
official
wasn't
until
made official till after
till like
FDR,
yeah,
because he had 3 terms.
yeah, and then it was established then that okay, 2 terms is
Yeah,
all
and
you-
then I would switch around the political parties because 2-party system
Sucks.
is dumb. It sucks. It's no
Dude,
good for anyone.
4-party system, dude.
At least 4, maybe more.
That's your slogan?
Libertarians, liberals, Republicans, Democrats, and
I would say a 6-party system. You know what we do? We do a moderate left, middle left, far left, 3 different parties. We do the same for the right wing.
What about
So there's
completely,
6 parties.
What about completely in the middle?
We can do. You know what?
A
That'd
moderate
be
party.
better because if there's a deadlock, if all the left parties align and all the right parties align, there'd still be a deadlock because it's 3-3. So if we had a centrist party
called
to break the
centrist,
deadlock,
yeah.
we just fixed American politics.
The 2-party system is
That was easy.
Brandon, in all seriousness.
That was so easy.
Me and last Thursday, the last day we had for school. Me and Austin, we were about to go into government class.
Right.
Middle of the day, and we were talking about the election, right? And I said that if things continue to go the way they're going, civil war is going to happen. In all seriousness.
Yeah. It's probably
If
there's any time for it to start, it'll be January if Trump doesn't concede
exactly
power.
that
Or if they find election fraud, like legitimately, and the Supreme Court says that, like officially,
official statement from the Supreme Court, yeah.
and the liberals don't accept that. It could go either way. Either liberals don't accept that or conservatives
If
don't
it
accept
still
that.
continues on the way we're going now, look at back way when, about
1860s.
140 years ago ish, something like 150, 1860s, right? So that'd be like
How long did you say? 140?
well with 20.
That'd be
So
the
from
80s. 2000
going back to then, it'd be like 140, right? Plus the 20, be like 160 ish,
160.
160-ish years.
Big brain.
Looking back then, the way that things were,
Feels like it's 2000. It doesn't feel like it's...
it is, yeah.
We're closer to 2050 than we are in 1980.
That's weird, man. It is weird. It still feels like 2000s to me. It doesn't feel like 2020s yet.
I barely remember the 2000s.
I can't believe we went all the way through the 2010s.
The 2010s were really when I developed as a person. Because I was like, how old was I when the 2010s started? 7.
You were 7, and
I
I
was
was
7
7.
in
We were
2010.
first grade.
Yeah. That's like really when you start having real thoughts.
Yeah.
instead of being like a monkey ape child, you actually gain cognitive ability. Only when it's in first grade, though. That's the cutoff. Monkey
See,
mode
that's-
is below, and then cognitive human mode is above.
That's what I like.
In kindergarten, you're just like...
You're like, monkey, throw stuff. Play-Doh, let's eat it. Like 7th grade. Oh, look at
Play-Doh.
Look at the atom structure
So
of
now-
the table.
So now that we're like 17, 18,
Right.
do you
Miss,
think
that
that when
wasn't
you
lying
were
to that uranium confusion.
do you think that when you were in preschool that you were conscious?
I mean, I knew what I was doing
Oh.
kind of in preschool.
Like,
I mean,
Like not
I-
memory, because obviously we don't have memory of that. But
No, I have
were
memory
you
of preschool.
conscious?
I have memory of preschool. I was 4. Do you not have memories of when you were 4?
I have a few.
Really?
I
My
have,
first memory is from when I was 2.
wow.
2?
2?
Yeah.
The farthest I
I only
can
have
do it-
one though.
the
It's like a
farthest-
single memory.
The farthest I can do is like the
5.
beginning of 5.
Yeah. 5.
I guess I've
You can
I'm
remember
really good
the
at
2?
retaining. Yeah. Well, it's a single memory. 3. I have one memory of 2. 3 completely blank, and like halfway through 4 is when I started having
Dang.
memories again.
Next. Wow. So does that mean there's someone who remembers their own birth?
Oh,
I would hope
that
not.
must be weird.
I would hope not.
I don't think you could see more than like a few inches. When you're
Yeah,
born
because I
anyway.
think your eyes have to calibrate over the first year you're born or something. Like, you have to get used to looking at stuff.
Oh, really?
I think that's a thing.
I
I
don't
know
know.
there definitely
but
wasn't much high level thought when I was.
Well, I
Yeah,
don't
going back to your
remember being
question,
born.
When you were in preschool, are you considered conscious?
Yeah, because like most people,
Yes.
whenever they
Yes.
they imagine they imagine like
No, the question's
it was
over,
dark
kid.
it was dark and then one day they woke up and oh, I'm 5 now. That's how most people, or at least that's how I think
That's
about
how
it.
yeah. I'd say that about me.
For me, it's more like I remember some things from when I was 4, and as you go further back, it gets increasingly more vague, and then I have a single memory from when I was 2.
So do you think
that I
you were entirely conscious from when you were born, or do you think it's a spectrum?
I think it's a spectrum that builds to a finality. Like at some point, you are entirely conscious.
Like
I don't know where that is exactly.
Like a finality
That
of
could be God.
a realization
yeah,
of
like
that you
Like
exist.
here's death, and then here's God, and then
huh?
humanity. It's
Oh.
a really weird theory.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So like, yeah, I get what you're saying. But like, I'm saying like, so I have memories from when I was 4, right?
Mhm.
Like I knew, like I wasn't that smart when I was 4,
Right.
but I knew I had control of my own actions when I was 4, because I remember making those decisions, not good ones, but I remember making
Yeah.
them.
Right.
So, for me at least, I was conscious when I was 4, but like my memories as I go further back are increasingly more vague until I don't remember anything at all, and I don't know if that's
Oh, so it's like you're talking like a fog that kind of
Yeah.
slowly lifts,
Yeah.
and then it's in the clear view.
I think
Yeah.
it's important to note the distinction between memory and consciousness.
Yeah,
Because people with
yeah.
like Alzheimer's that forget things over time, they're still conscious.
They realize that
yeah.
they
but
realize what's
they don't
going
have
on
a lot of memories.
to go off
you
of.
know?
Right.
So like I don't know when decision making comes into
Would that be
humans?
the?
That would be
Ooh.
my definition of conscious.
Being able to make real
Like being able to rationalize.
being able to rationalize decisions.
Yeah.
That
Because
seems-
like I made decisions when I was 4 that I knew the consequences of, and I made them anyway.
I think
Despite how infantile
I would
those
call
decisions were.
I would call that definition of consciousness being able to
Rationalize.
being able to see
Just being aware of your own
being
nature.
able to be aware of your own actions and be able to contemplate consequences of decisions. I think that's my definition of consciousness.
Yeah.
But even animals and insects can do that.
Well, animals are.
I don't think animals are
are
conscious.
driven by instinct.
Yeah, it's like stimuli, right? It's like, oh,
There's
cold.
still some rationale behind it, though.
Explain.
It's very difficult to, but there is rationale behind the way animals make decisions. A lot of it is driven by instinct.
It's logical, but I don't know if it's logical on the animal's part or if it's more like programming.
Like
a computer kind of.
Yeah, I mean a dog knows that when it's hungry it needs to eat, right?
So it goes to its bowl.
So it goes to its bowl
to satisfy
eat.
that stimuli.
But is that because the dog consciously makes a decision, I need to eat now because I'm hungry and I know that about myself, like humans do? Or is it a thing reacting to stimuli?
Okay, but what about...
I think it's a thing reacting to that's what I think. Stimuli reaction.
Alright, but consider this. Animals like squirrels have the ability to, I guess, invest to save, to put off instant gratification.
Yeah, like put off like nuts for the winter, right?
I would say instinct would say, eat them now. You're hungry now.
But I would say...
But I think that you could make the argument that that's part
programming,
of their programming.
Like a computer would.
Yeah. I'm using programming
I don't think they realize that, winter's coming, I might die from starvation. I'm going to put some acorns away. I don't think it... I don't think they think like that. I think it's like, I have genetic traits of my parents, right? But my parents before me put up acorns because their grandparents did that. And then their great-great-grandparents did that, right?
Yeah.
So it would just... So it's like, here's my whole shtick about it. So there's a bunch of squirrels in the beginning, right? And it's like, say it's fall. They're collecting acorns, right? The ones that eat all their acorns at once will die in winter. But the one that just happens to be different enough to maybe just happen to randomly just store some acorns in like a hole somewhere.
But
or in a tree.
Random.
Or in a tree. Then they would be the ones that survive winter, right? While the other squirrels die because they are starved to death. So that squirrel would be the one to live, and therefore that would be the one to propagate. So it's like Darwin theory, right? So that one would be the one to survive. And if winters keep coming, right, the ones that naturally put away acorns are naturally going to be the ones to live while the other ones die.
Right.
So it's like the species gets more like the thing that keeps it alive.
The problem with Darwinism, though, is like the one squirrel that acts differently, that is a extremely small chance.
Yeah, it's random chance.
It's a random chance of it happening, and furthermore, if all the other squirrels are dying, then who does that squirrel mate with? To propagate.
So
especially if the other squirrel he's mating with
is
like the other.
Is there another
ones.
female squirrel that also puts acorns away?
And what are the chances of both of them being in the same area and finding each other?
Well, I mean, that is
that is the flaw with Darwin theory. It can make sense, but also doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and also Darwinism is a culling process, not a creating process.
It's about how things progress, not about how things got there.
It can only select for, it can only breed out. It can't create new things.
Right.
Because like a cheetah that's not fast enough, or let's say an antelope. An antelope that's too slow is going to get eaten
by a lion or something.
But so the fast ones survive, right?
But what if there are no fast ones?
That doesn't.
There's going to be not fast ones, but like ones that are faster.
Yeah, the ones that are fast enough to get away.
What if there are none?
Ones that are faster than ones behind them.
That assumes that there is some subset of the population that, meets those qualifications in the first place.
Well, it's like genetic diversity, right? Because antelopes are pretty genetically diverse, so. That means you're going to get a bunch of... It's like a soup, right? You put a bunch of stuff in the soup.
Animal soup.
Animal soup. And then, you're going to get a bunch of stuff out of it, It's like you have different ingredients. It's like you have, like, tomatoes here, and you got, like, I don't know, cucumbers, and you got zucchinis and squash, and you got corn. Like, you can put, like, the cucumber and squash together, you get a soup there. Oh, that one doesn't do good. All right, that one doesn't work. You put... corn and tomatoes together. Oh, that's pretty good. That one works. It keeps going. It's kind of like that because it's all genetically diverse.
Taking out mutation as a way to introduce new
aspects Darwinism.
Aspects to surviving, which is not completely proven happens. You just have the culling process, which only ever removes. It doesn't ever put anything in, so you can't create new animals that way.
Yeah.
Right, because there's no like.
There's nothing changing about
like
them.
there's adaptations, right? Adaptations to an environment.
Yeah.
But you can't go from.
There's nothing
You
changing.
can't eventually evolve from like a squirrel to like an aquatic.
Yeah.
I mean to a water animal.
Yeah, but like
right?
fundamentally with natural selection, there's nothing changing about the animal. They're simply the ones that don't live up to the set standard are the ones that are dying.
That fall, yeah.
Okay, so that is.
That's why I think that it's more of a programming stimuli instinctive thing rather than a conscious thought of satisfying long-term gratification rather than short-term gratification.
Right, because how does that even develop?
That is true because squirrels have pretty small brains.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say.
Their brains the size of a peanut. Literally, their brains are literally a peanut. They eat peanuts.
I was gonna say that just seems like, first off, that just seems terribly inefficient.
Well, personally, I don't think it's correct.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, that's terribly inefficient, and that's like a. It
Wait, what
almost
is?
seems like you have these 2 points, and there's no straight line between them, so you're just doing anything you can to connect them.
So yeah,
Like,
right.
it seems like
it's
a really
it's
long,
like you're making up.
unlikely explanation. You know,
It's like you're making up your.
You're starting
it's-
from the end, and then you're trying to trace your way back
To the now.
a beginning
From the beginning.
that you think is right. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but you're just doing anything you can to connect those dots.
Right.
It's like presupposition, I guess.
I would say the same thing. Don't take this the wrong way, but I say the same thing about religious things too. I would say the same thing, because
I kind of zoned out. I'm not gonna lie.
okay. Well, anyway, talking about religious things, right? There's a bunch of religions across the world. You got, the Hindus and the Buddhists, and you got Judaism, and you got what's the Islam, and you got Christianity, Scientology, if you believe that's one, if it's real, if not, whatever.
Well, Tom, whatever his face.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is a Scientologist.
Uh-oh. If you believe that's true or just a hoax or whatever, there's a bunch of things going on.
I mean,
right?
people believe it.
But
It doesn't just have to be religion, though.
yeah, I'm
It's just like anything that follows that kind of like
I'm
cultist.
just using an example. So like for Christianity,
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
we're talking about like creation and evolution and all this stuff. That's I'll say that's our topic. So and making dots fit together with a paradigm. So right, as a Christian, you have a paradigm of.
Have you seen Paradigm Shift by what's his face? Sam Hyde
on Netflix?
No.
No.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Send it
It's
to me.
really funny.
So as a Christian, I can safely say we're Christians sitting here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As a follower of this,
My bad.
as a follower of this guy named Jesus, right? And following this book called the Bible, we think that we have it right, but
Yeah.
Depending on how you look at it, there's some gaps in there, depending on how you see it, right?
Yeah.
Some things don't make sense. Some things are kind of, how's that work? I don't know. Maybe God just made it that way.
Are you talking about like historically,
Like
the historical,
yeah,
chronological?
the chronology of this the
Of the
book
Bible.
of the Bible, right? Some things in there, some people would say don't make sense, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of have to make that sort of go with what your paradigm, right? Of
You have to make it make sense. For
right,
you.
and I would say the same thing goes for like a Darwinist or like a atheist or something.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Everyone does it.
Yeah, like no matter who you are, no matter what you believe or who you come from or your people or your tribe or whoever, no matter how you look at it, some things with the way you look at things don't really connect the dots right.
Yeah,
Perfectly.
even in the
Garrett, I think
cognitive dissonance.
independently thought up confirmation bias.
Anyways, no matter how you look at it, some things don't really kind of go with what you think, right? So, like you said, sometimes you have to make the dots connect. No matter if you're an atheist or you believe in a religion.
Yeah, like
Am I safe in saying that?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what confirmation bias is.
Yeah.
Like your background will determine how you think about
How
things.
you think about things.
And then every piece of information that you receive in the rest of your life, you're gonna try to fit it to your mold.
It's like a conservative Christian or like a liberal that
Yeah.
grew up in New York or something.
And the only time
It's
you're
location.
gonna stop doing that is if you get a piece of information
That changes
completely
something.
breaks your mold. That's
Right.
the only time you're gonna change how you think about things.
That's how atheists and Darwinists and religion people go. Right.
Yeah. You have to find some piece of information that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that the way
You thought
about things was wrong,
You got to rethink it.
and you got to rethink it. That's the only way people change the way they think.
There you go. It's true though. That's what I think. Anyway, talking about squirrels again.
Do they still hold up?
Cutting grass. I think they do. The one with Matt, the audio was kind of doubled up, but I think it was still fine. It sounded unique.
You and I are really alike, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
He can. I can't do the voice like he can.
You and I, Spider-Man. No, how do you do it? You know how to do it.
Well, give me a line to say.
What's the line?
Mr. Stark.
No, he doesn't say that.
Green Goblin, right?
Yeah, Green Goblin, Spider-Man 2002.
I would squash you like a bug.
I'll squash you like a bug, Spider-Man.
Something like
Pretty
that.
accurate, I'd say.
He can still do it better than me though.
You guys?
Ian?
Ian? Who'd you say?
Matt.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
you remember his
yeah,
Green
I
Goblin
remember it.
impersonation?
Yeah.
You guys seen Clone High?
No, I have not.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys.
What?
That's JFK from Clone High.
Gentlemen, lock and load.
Wait, have you played that Black Ops 1?
He does the voice perfectly.
have you played the Black Ops 1 Zombies? The 5 is like, gentlemen, in times of war, we need to remain peaceful. This is not one of those times. Lock and load. I'm gonna find that clip.
Give us some expiring words, Johnny.
I'm gonna find the clip of that thing.
Are we supposed to be closing?
We'll watch this clip and then we can close. I just wanna.
I have it on my
I wanna get.
I have it on my meme page.
That's a different one though. That's like someone's posting cringe.
It sounds like someone posting cringe. It's just a meme, Dick. Sit down.
The 5 Black Ops. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This should be an intro. There we go. Ah, that music. It'll play it.
For time and the world do not stand still. Change is the law of life. And those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. I said are certain to miss the future.
I missed that. Prime Minister Castro, this missile crisis was the last straw. We almost blew ourselves up. Now, we invited you here today. In good faith. To sort this thing out.
And why is he here? He lost. As I always say, forgive your enemies, but remember their names. Now, gentlemen, as I like to think, in the long history of the world, that there are only a few generations.
Sounds like someone breaking in.
Just a storm, Dick. Sit down.
Zombies.
My God! It appears the Pentagon has been breached.
Zombies. Gentlemen, in times like these, our capacity to retaliate must be and has to be massive to deter all forms of aggression.
I like how that's in the Pentagon. Yes.
Any last words, Mr. President? Yes, Jack. Any superlative words of inspiration for our humble troops?
Do not pray for easy lives, my friends. Pray to be
Stronger
stronger
men.
men.
Yes. So good. Dude. Oh, man. Perfect. I think that's a perfect way to close this podcast.
With JFK.
With JFK. Anyways, thanks for watching. Or thanks for not watching.
Taken for granted.
Anyways, thanks for listening to episode 4 or 3, whatever this episode is, of SideWalk Talk.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See it.